I have some really important information for you. We're going to talk about the markets dropping. We're going to talk about human behavior as the markets drop. This is an amazing opportunity to teach you. A lot of you may know this, and then I'm gonna show. I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. All right, first off, Dow Jones is falling. This is CNBC's words. The Dow craters 1,300 points. As of the recording of this live stream that we're on right now, the Dow is actually down almost 1,600 points. It says the S&P is heading for the worst drop in 2 years as the Trump tariffs now take effect. About a week ago, I made an announcement that I sold half of my XRP, and the internet, I'm not joking, is melting down over it. I'm watching comments on other people's YouTube channels, X posts all over. It's incredible. People could not figure out why I decided to change my mind about my investment. And I did it because, and it was a big move. It was a lot of XRP because I saw this coming and I saw an opportunity. So I want to make something really clear. If you want to find out what I'm putting my money into, and it'll happen about next week because I think there's a lot more downside coming, so you could sign up free for the newsletter. And if you'd like to start investing in crypto, I just am releasing right now the pre-filming discount. I do not know how long it'll be for Crypto Research Pro, how teaching people how I research projects, how I find them, and then move into them. Links down below. So right now we are seeing an absolute meltdown in all types of markets, and gold and silver are dropping, and silver is dropping massively. As of the recording of this, silver is down 6.5%, just about, over $2 per ounce. A lot of people over the years have talked about why you want to invest in gold and silver as a hedge against inflation. Of course, that's what I say, but also during bad times and markets melt down. And I have been very on top of explaining to people that when markets melt down, everything melts down, except for what gold and silver investors hate the most, the dollar. All right. Now, I haven't looked it up. We'll look it up right now, but I'm pretty sure the Dixie, or DXY, which is the dollar index, it compares the dollar to other currencies, is up. I'm just going to make a guess right now. So as of the recording, even the Dixie's down 2%. So you literally have the Dixie down, but what's not down? Bonds. Bond yields are going down, the interest rate, because people are buying up bonds. They're running to that safe haven. They're still running to the dollar, but I guess the dollar's just looking poor against other currencies. Holy cow, that is a rare thing. So you have this example of where when the stocks are cratering, everything's cratering. Bitcoin is down, XRP is down, gold and silver is down. Now, the important thing to understand is that it's very important to always have cash on the side. That's why I sold a certain amount of my XRP. I sold it not at a loss because I've been buying XRP on this channel since it was 18, 19 cents, but I really started XRP when it was 2 pennies. And I took that cash and I set it off to the side. I have still not deployed it because I believe you're going to see lower prices in all kinds of different assets. Now, I know I say that with sort of a grin on my face, but to be honest with you, I'm excited because this is the day I live for. When things are going down, good, solid assets are going down. Do me a favor, real quick. Type 1 if you have been holding a certain amount of cash off to the side. I see comments from a lot of subscribers recently on my X channel that have said that they did what I said I was going to do, what I've always done, and they put some money off to the side. All right. Now, it's hard in these kind of moments as things are going down not to dive right in. All right. Trust me. So one thing that I do is I layer in. Okay. Yesterday, I was layering in purchases on specific cryptocurrencies. With silver and gold, I've stopped my investment as of lately, last year or so. And the reason why I'm not buying silver and gold on weakness is because I believe I'm going to make, I'm not a financial advisor, more money in the cryptocurrency market during this dip And then I'm going to deploy that money as Bitcoin goes into a cycle high, uh, waiting on what the governments around the world are doing, right? As they're buying it up, figuring out how they're going to buy it up, all this kind of stuff. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to then, on a cycle high for Bitcoin, what my best guess is, I'm going to deploy it in the silver market. Now, honestly, and I want to have a straightforward conversation. That's what this video is about. Type yes or no if you believe that is going to have a massive effect on the silver market. The reason why I ask you that is because for a long time, there are a lot of silver and gold people, investors that hate crypto. I don't know why it just disturbs them, because they don't probably want to take a handful of minutes to learn about it. I'm not joking, and figure out what it is, and then they would like it. And they've always screamed and yelled all over X, all over YouTube, manipulation of prices. I get it. Gold and silver is manipulated. But there's no way that you can fight the manipulations going on when every congressperson, everyone in the government that makes real decisions on this stuff is sort of, they've got their hand in the cookie jar, right? The only way you can stop this manipulation is if you absorb all of the available silver and gold. Silver is a much smaller market as possible. And we saw this in 2020, 2021, when the silver movement really exploded during COVID, right? And the reason why it woke so many people up to what was going on with manipulation is because you couldn't actually go buy physical silver for a certain amount of time. You could not go online. You could not buy it in stores. It just wasn't available. It all got soaked up. Well, then as markets started to correct, and start, going up, people took their silver and they went back to the stores and sold it back to the stores, sold it back to the websites, things like that. But that time, a lot of people, and I'm curious how many of you, type 3 if you were one of the people that witnessed that silver just completely being taken away, gone, during, the COVID time, and it sort of woke you up. There are a lot of people that I know that finally woke up like, what do you mean there's no silver available? What do you mean the premium on a silver coin is now exceeding the cost per ounce? That was an incredible epiphany for so many people. Well, what I believe you're seeing right now is obviously markets reacting. They're going to react poorly over the next handful of days. I wouldn't be surprised, I could be wrong, I've been wrong before, if crypto completely melts down over this weekend once the markets close. It's already turning down. Where's Bitcoin as of right now? It's down almost 5%, right? That's not a massive move in Bitcoin. Really, a real good barn burner day is a Bitcoin crash of like 20% in one day. That's what I'm hoping for. I know it sounds crazy because I've got a lot of money in crypto, and my accounts look, holy cow, in one day, it's a lot of money lost. However, I'm looking at the cash position that I want to deploy into crypto hopefully over this weekend. And then the sun will come out tomorrow. Markets will go back up after this short panic ensues. This is when things are going to go up that I've been talking about and saying in the next 90 days, you're probably going to make more, 120 days, whatever days that said, next handful of months, you're going to make more money than you've made all last year, because you're going to be buying into a dip that's all of a sudden going to correct up and take off like a rocket ship. Then we're going to take that money, or I'm going to, and I'm going to take some of it and I'm going to go buy silver. And the amount of purchasing power around the world, there are so many people. Let me ask you this real quick. Type 10 if you are one of the people that is watching your bank accounts go up because of your crypto holdings over the last 6 months or a year. Just type 10. And then do me a favor. Type silver if you plan on doing what I'm doing and taking a portion of that on that cycle top and buying silver, physical silver. Either you're going to take possession of it, or like me, you're going to put it in a vault, right? My point being is that I don't think people are ready. And the gold and silver bugs that hate crypto are about to watch their silver explode in price in the future because of crypto investors. See, this is a prime example of being able to take money and move it, being able to pivot, being able to change your mind, being able to be flexible. This is what makes a successful investor. Now, I know this isn't my normal type of video, right? This is very frank and to the point, but you have to understand when you're witnessing a sea of red, and yes, everyone's blaming him. This is going to be short-term pain for long-term gain. These are the days when everything is red. It doesn't matter what you hit. Oil's down. Bond yields are down, which is a good thing. Crypto's down. Everything's down. This is what we've been preparing for. Through proper financial education and understanding and greater awareness of how markets work, capital markets, equity markets, all different markets around the world working together to make you rich, because you're now making better decisions than when you started watching this channel. If you feel like that, type 11, and you should be proud, because if you're typing 11 going, yeah, I'm making better, more sound decisions because I have a little bit more of financial understanding of how this all works. This is exactly what I've been prepping every single person that watches this channel for, and I'm so excited. Trust me, I screw up and I lament over it, these little mistakes. You know, if you ask Dylan, he'd laugh because it's true. When I'm moving money from one to another, I'm like, oh, my timing is off, you know, and I could have made a little bit more, right? That's where you get screwed up. You got to control those emotions, all right? This weekend, I think, is going to be really exciting for all of you that have been my students, have been preparing for this. Those of you that are waiting to buy real estate, it's coming down. Like this is what we've been preparing for 4 years in the making. I'm so excited. I hope you guys have a great day. If you want to learn about how to research these crypto projects, Crypto Research Pro, I did the course because so many people asked how I find these different projects, how I vet them. I can guarantee at the cost of the course, you're going to save so much time and money in future investments on crypto. It's stupid. All right. So the link's down below. I do not know how long we're going to run that sale for, because all of the videos are now coming back and we're filling the course up and it will be done soon. All right. Hopefully you have a great day. The Economic Ninja is out.